Happy Friday. Today is 27th of October and it is just afternoon. I'm starting a little later today because I was having some breakfast with my boys who came to visit. And the general idea is that as my investments continue to grow, I get to do things like that a lot more, have flexibility to do those types of things. All right. But let's talk about what's going on this week. So far we've had some very big stocks report. We've had Amazon report, we've had Meta, Microsoft, and Alphabet. And though the reports haven't been bad, the market has tumbled. I have believed that in the up run these last couple of weeks, it was really just a setup. I really didn't see how much further up it could go until other things cleared out. And looking at these charts, if we look here, what we're noticing is that here was the high. Okay, it went down, and then here's another high. Well, not a 52-week high, but this is as high as it went with this oscillation, but this high was not as high as this high. And then it went down again, and you'll see this low was lower than this low. And then it went up again, but this high was lower than this high. So this is a trend. When you see lower highs and lower lows being made, it tells you that things are off. Okay. So I did talk about getting to this level and whether it would break through it or not. It tried to go up a little higher, and then it came down and went straight through this yellow line, which is my 200-day moving average line, which is not really a good thing to happen. So we'll see what happens today. It's trying to bounce back over that line. If we look at history, we can see that here it tried to go over it. It came back and it bounced. Tried to go up again. So actually looking at this now, you see lower highs happening here. That's kind of the same thing that happened here, right? It was a lower high than this point and a lower high than this point, and then it dropped through the 200-day moving average. So what's my plan? I am focusing on this green line or this red line. I want to see the price of QQQ be much closer to this green line. So I'm looking for something like here to occur. All right, we've already cut through the green line. When it starts to break above the green line again, that is when I will start my testing. I'm not going to go all in, but maybe I'll buy one more share of TQQQ. But until then, I'm going to stay put. I have 65% exposure, which means that I'll go down slower than how QQQ moves. I have a chunk of my starting $2,000 in cash in this money market fund, so this is going to be earning over 5% per annum. So this is going to be giving me some extra cash while I wait. Not much, but the point is that I'm not going down as much. And you can see it if I go to my account and I look at the charts. All right, so this is the year-to-date chart. This is the S&P 500 right here. So year-to-date, even with what's been happening, it's still up 10%, and that's pretty good. For QQQ is still up 30%, which is very, very good. This is something that this is what people would expect in, well, I wouldn't even say expect. This is really good for a total year, and we haven't even finished the year as yet. So it's expected that if we've reached over 43% in the first 6 months, that we wouldn't really go much further. Okay. And this is my account. You can see I started this specific account for, this YouTube video not too long ago. So to get a better view of how it stands, let's take a look at the 3-month performance. And you can see that in 3 months, my account is down -5%, whereas the S&P is down -9%, and the NASDAQ 100 is down -8.97%. And the idea here is that once I get the go ahead, once this line, the price starts to cross this green line, that is when I will step in and make one more purchase and go from there. But right now, it doesn't make any sense trying to catch a falling knife. That's a phrase that they say. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So Apple reports, I believe, next week. Apple wasn't one of those that reported. I really don't feel like Apple's report is going to change the market. But as you can see, no one knows exactly what's going to happen. So we just have to see what happens and just go with it. All right. So that's it for today. Have a great weekend.